Hey guys, Wade here. Hey, I'm going to do a real quick video showing my new MicroLux 7x16 variable speed lathe. Just installed it, got it up and running. Going to do a real quick overview. I'm not going to really do anything with it because I'm getting ready to pack up and take a load down to North Carolina. So I just wanted to get it in and installed and make sure it works. In case I needed any spare parts or anything shipped to me, I could do that while I was gone. As you can see, I've got it mounted on what was the fuselage dolly. I've been in kind of a few day blitz and shortening that. It has a scissor jack. There's a video also that I have when I first made it so that I can raise it up. As you can see here with the bandsaw, it's fairly narrow, and I put it on the outboard edge as far as in comparison to this underneath shelf here, so that when I'm done with any of these tools and I'm working on, I can lower this whole assembly with the scissor jack. The whole bench top lowers, and all these other tools will fit underneath of this area here, like the lathe, the combo sander, and there's also back over in here is a grinder. So those all fit in there nice and comfortably, and in fact the table is not even deep enough to fit in there all the way. So this sticks out a little bit right by the shelf, and then the whole entire shelving unit is right about in here. So it gives me a lot more space. So that's the former fuselage dolly, now the portable workbench. And again, this is the MicroLux true inch 7x16 variable speed lathe. Couple things on this. Since it has a 500 watt DC brushless motor, it does not require a low and high gear. This will hold torque all the way from 0 to 2500. That's pretty cool. It's got forward and reverse. It's just got a fuse here, the on light. If you max it out, it's got a fault light. And then you can hook up an electronic tack if you want to see what the RPM is. I'm going to do that a different way. I'm going to do it the cheap way. And then of course you have your on off here. You can switch the gears out, pull the gearbox off, switch the gears out if you want to do some threading. I haven't put the chuck on because it came with a 3-inch chuck, and I'm going to be using 5-inch and 4-inch chucks. So I'm actually, because I'm just going to go with a bigger spindle, I'm actually going to swap the spindle out, and actually when I do that, I'm going to put the can't think of them right now, but the good bearings, and unfortunately hopefully it'll come to me, but I'm going to swap the spindle out. I'm going to put the good bearings in here that run out. Should improve. So this is a pretty good unit. I did a lot of research in my spare time. This is going to get swapped out right here. I have the quick change tool holder upstairs. If you don't know what that is, this right here, you just put the tools in. You can put 4 of them in and swap it around. Seems like it's all right, but quick change tool holder is much faster from my research, and also of course from my buddy Marco, who is quite the machinist. And then the tail stock here, a lot of them, the cheaper units, they'll have a bolt right here, bolt head, and then you'll have to lock it using that bolt head. But with this, it's got this nice little handle that locks it in place. And then you know, you can put all kinds of different things in here. It's got a Morris taper on here, and so you can put you know, a lot of times you put like a drill chuck in there, so you can drill things. You can also you know, tap different materials with that. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to fire this puppy up, and then show you. I'm not gonna fire it up too much, just because you know, I don't have the chuck and all that on there. So you can see the light just went on. it's belt drive. The noise you do hear are actually the gears. If I turn that off, it would be a lot even more quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and engage the half nuts here. See this turning. So you know, that's if you want auto feed. If you're turning something and you want a steady rate. So that's it. I'm going to disengage the auto feed, which is this lever back here. It's kind of hard. There's 3 detents. Let's see if we get it. And then we'll check and see the difference. There you can hear the difference. Much quieter without those gears spinning. It's about 1200 RPMs right there. Oh, another thing is this, you can have this going, and then like if you're tapping something and you need to reverse threads, of course you wouldn't be going this fast. So let's say you're just going kind of slow. You need to reverse the threads to clear the tap out of the hole so that it's not gumming up your tap. You can just simply, with the logic that's included in this machine as far as the belt drive, you can simply go from forward to reverse. You can do that all day long and it won't damage the circuitry. It's made to do that now. So, of course, if you're going at high speed. Now, if you are going at high speed, it'll still do it. But obviously you would want to have a reason to do that. So there you have it. That is, again, the MicroLux True Inch 7x16 variable speed lathe. I looked these over for a while and I concluded that this was obviously the best choice for me, but at this time I just really didn't see any need to go above a 7x16. The 16 inch, which is from here to here, max distance, and then 7 inches is how much you can swing over the bed as far as the piece. I determined that that was big enough, and with the features on this machine I really liked it. So I pulled the trigger. I wasn't planning on doing this for another couple months, but they had a sale and then they kicked in free shipping, expedited shipping, and some goodies, and so I said what the hey. So I've got some of the tooling all ready for it. Again, like I said, I've got the 5-inch chuck, which is a little bit bigger. This comes with a 3-inch chuck, which the 4-inch is fine. I was talking to Marco today. Really the only reason why I went with the 5-inch is that it was on sale, and as most of you should know by now, I'm quite the cheap bastard, so I went ahead and went with the 5-inch chuck. But a few of the key features on this, again, this to me, a lot of convenience in the tailstock, having that cam lock feature instead of having to mess around with the bolt there. A lot of the machines, let's see if this will focus in. Hopefully it will. I don't know if it will. Sorry. Wow, alright. Well, you're going to have to trust me on this. A lot of the machines, one spin of this dial, either this dial or this dial, on this machine it's 50 thousandths. And it's a true 50 thousandths because the screw inside here that it's turning has been machined to be on a 50 thousandth scale. Now, and to be honest with you, I just learned this recently in the researching of my machines. As you know, when you're researching what to buy, you learn a lot of stuff about it, obviously. But a lot of them are set up on 1/16, so about 60 thousandths, all 62.5. going around. However, the actual screw that it's turning inside here or inside here is metric. And so then when you look at the dial, you're actually at an odd, you know, you're losing a very finite amount of you know, you're off just a hair, but then if you add that over a couple inches or, you know, 3 inches or whatever, it can add up. It doesn't mean it's all going to add up, but it can. So again, I like the features on this. So that's pretty much it. We're going to call that good. I'm going to get to packing, and again, I just wanted to show you this, the new lathe. I'll work with it a little bit when I get back. I do want to be clear that the reason why I got the lathe was to enable me to produce aircraft parts. Later on, of course, I'll probably play around and do some other stuff with it, but right now it's you know, I need some parts, and you know, Marco's been great. He's helped me out. He's made a ton of awesome parts for me, phenomenal. But you know, I'm not only am I moving, but you know, I can't always rely, especially on some of the things I'm going to be coming up against. You know, I can't, you know, rely on his schedule, or, you know, the distance between us, and sometimes getting together. And, you know, a lot of times these parts are, you may do up a part and spend 2 hours on it, and then later on you find out, wow, that wasn't the right part. And so again, I'm very fortunate. Marco's really helped me out a lot, but time to put my big boy pants on and start doing some of this myself. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching out here. Cheers.